So when is sex evil? Now, there's a girl who lives around the corner, and I do not get on with it at all. She's one of those Doc Martin fat lesbians, alright? And she took my ex-partner off me, seduced him, and didn't let him know at the time she was a lesbian. She took all his money off him, and at the time, it was drew the fatal blow to the relationship. Alright, he had run off with other women, but this one was the fatal blow to the relationship that's gone on for 8 years between me and Phil. And I wasn't only, I was just horrified at everything that was going on, but I was particularly horrified at what she did to Phil. You know, even today, alright, the guy was with for 8 years, yeah, of course I still have love for him, you know. He had his ways, alright, you know, it was good and bad in him. And he was just a long story, Phil and me. But, you know, it was a terrible time. And, you know, she made him sit on a chair in a corner. And she'd do her selling on eBay. And then she'd log on to, and Phil told me this, he came and told me this. She'd log on to the XXX lesbian porn sites. And Phil, I mean, did he not suss on? I mean, there were quite a lot of jokes about it at the time, despite all the hurt. Had not Phil sussed on by now she was a lesbian? You know, he was with her a year. And she kept telling him that she didn't want to have sex with him because she wasn't ready yet. And apparently, another funny one, he kept telling everyone, coming back and telling everyone, she let him polish her Doc Martens. I do not know how Phil did not suss on. I'm just baffled. He did, eventually, after a year, he sort of came and saw me, and he said, sort of as if it was it hit him as a realisation, he said, I think Vicky's a lesbian. And we didn't like to say, right, because with lesbians they might change their mind, you know, they might decide they like a bloke. It has happened, you know, that they change their mind, they actually do like a bloke, so, you know, we didn't really want to interfere here. And I did say, we a little bit tried to drop hints, Phil, you know, just a few little hints that you might not be her cup of tea, sort of thing. And you know, I mean, Bill has been with women that were lesbians and pretty much changed their mind. It does happen, okay? But in this case, it didn't. And now, I personally believe, and it's in my books, that the Star Wars films are a future prediction, right? It's why they are so accurate. It's why they every detail is so accurate in the film. It is what possibly could be called a soothsaying film. It is possibly and very probably a prediction for the future that this happens. However, I will give an example here. When Obi-Wan Kenobi says that Darth Vader is twisted, alright, it's the same thing here. The force of life in that woman's womb is twisted, and it is probably quite possible for a black Jedi to do this without sexuality, to do it chastely. At a future point, to twist the force of life. Alright, now how evil is this? It's very evil, okay? In the film, the guy's going about blowing up planets. That's evil. Yeah? To twist the force of life is that evil. Yeah? That it could cause, potentially, destruction on that scale. Alright, so that's just dropping a hint how evil the force of life can be if it's twisted. Alright.